The following program may contain adult language and mature subject matter and does not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of Reality Radio 101, its advertisers and sponsors, or its listening audience. Listener discretion is strongly advised. Welcome to Canadian Cigar Scene with your hosts, Kevin Newell and Julian Luke, right here on Reality Radio 101. To contact the gentleman right now, dial 905-725-1907. Toll free in North America, 1-866-905-7325. Worldwide, 1-866-656-5477. Send us an email right now, realityradio101@yahoo.com. And now, your hosts of Canadian Cigar Scene, Julian Luke and Kevin Newell.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Canadian Cigar Scene. How you doing, Ju?
I'm doing good, especially since Gary gave me top billing again. Props, Gary, props.
This is bull, you know what? This is bull, Gary. I thought I paid you enough there.
Send a note to your MP.
Yeah, no doubt. Welcome again, everybody. We got another fantastic show lined up for everybody. I think my key thing tonight is to try and not say more than 800 times, and
I think it's one per listener is your quota.
That's right. And speaking of listeners, I think we should welcome a few other new countries that we just welcomed onto the listenership.
Woo!
Absolutely. Belize, Italy, Switzerland. Welcome to the world of the Canadian cigar scene.
Send
people.
us chocolate, Switzerland. Send us chocolate.
Send us sand, Belize. How about some pizza?
That's the
Italy?
best you could come up with. There's girls in grass skirts, and you want a thing of sand.
I got nothing. What can I say?
Have you been drinking?
Absolutely.
Attaboy.
That's the other word I can't say anymore, okay?
All right.
Next time I say it, punch me, okay?
All right.
All right.
Agreed.
What are we doing this for, Ju?
Well, education. We got to tell people about what's going on in the world of cigars. There's a lot of misinformation. They say knowledge is power, and we like to give our listeners the ability to walk into a store and understand what it is they're looking at, and if they're traveling to some exotic locale, what to ask about and where they should go.
And absolutely, we've got a lot of shit. I did it again. Okay, I'm going to stop with that. I mean, we've got a lot of great tobacconists in the region and all throughout Canada. So, well knowledgeable people that can, give you any information that you'd like about cigars. So, what's going on in the town these days? I mean, there's quite a bit of excitement with the Toronto Blue Jays. Wow.
I still haven't seen a game yet with Mr. Price, but I saw guys on Twitter that said if anybody says the price is right, they're going to unfollow them.
It's brutal. Yeah, he was dynamite yesterday. Won 11 strikeouts and 1 run. Holy cow. Just knocking it out of the park. That team looks good. We're pretty excited. It's going to be a nice playoff run.
It is that.
Absolutely. Did it again. Tonight's guest, who do we got, Ju?
We have a gentleman that we found walking down the street. Our regular guest didn't show up, so this fella, Paolo, said that he'd come on the show. Welcome to Canadian Cigar Scene, Paolo.
Well, thank you, Julian, and thank you, Kevin. I appreciate the possibility to come out here and spread some knowledge with you two guys.
And you're probably wondering who the hell Paolo Pergola is. Paolo just happens to be a sales rep for House of Horvath, who is one of our distribution channels for cigars in Canada. Paolo, how did you get into this business?
I had a personal interest, I'm going to say about 20 years ago, and a friend of mine, Elio, kind of introduced me to cigars, and what happened was we just started smoking a cigar one day, and And next thing you know, I said, this is something that really interests me. Not because of just the smoking aspect, because I felt there was a connection you establish with cigars and a social aspect. And it drove me to the part where I had to look at changing my job. And I tried working part-time for Loblaws for 6 months. And I thought I liked it that much that I was willing to continue with Loblaws, and the opportunity came out where they had a store opening in Oshawa. Actually, it was back in the 1996-97. So I worked for Loblaws for 9.5 years, and then I worked 1 year with Distribution GVA, and for the last 5 years, I've been working with House of Horvath.
So wow, basically your passion for cigars really started with the cigar itself before you even started, before your career started.
Absolutely,
that's what drove you to this career itself. Wow, that's pretty awesome. You know, for cigars to actually change your direction of your career. Wow, that's impressive.
See, I had a different take on that, Kevin. I thought his old job really sucked.
I'm not even going to ask you what you did before that.
No, you got to ask. You brought it up.
You
Really?
know what? I was actually, I used to be a Zamboni driver.
Are you kidding me?
No.
You could have been the smoking Zamboni driver.
Smoking a cigar
That would have been
as
awesome.
resurfacing the ice.
That's
Absolutely.
right. Yeah.
I worked 10 years at St. Michael's College at Bathurst and St. Clair.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
I don't know. Somehow you referring to him as a smoking Zamboni driver. I'm wondering where you're going with this.
Oh, Jesus. Hey.
I've never tried it, actually. You know what? That was something that should put on the bucket list.
Yeah, that's right. Give it a go.
So when you said you worked with Loblaws, was this a Holy Smokes?
Yes, I worked. I opened the store in Oshawa in, I think it was 96, April of 96 or April of 97. Right on Gibbs Street, just south of the mall.
Yep.
And I worked there for about 3 years, and then I went to a location that was closer to home. I think it was Empress Walk. And then I went to a couple of different locations, and then I helped out with the actual Loblaws strategy of opening all these new stores that were one-stop shop centers. And I would go open stores in Oshawa, Ottawa, London, and I was one of the key guys that helped out. A couple other guys was Joe Accardi, who's also in the cigar business with Scandinavia, and also Wayne Hayward. They were the two first ones that actually gave me the opportunity to come on board with them.
Must have been quite successful at what you did to be doing, to be moving up like that. It's kind of funny how that whole Holy Smokes strategy is sort of gone ass backwards now, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's actually it's a reversal. Actually, they're getting away from the cigar business. They went to a black market, and they didn't register as a tobacconist, and because of that, customers were not able to walk into the humidors and see the product, and sales just went down from there.
Yeah, it's that's the key. When you do go into your registered tobacconist, you are able to view all the product in all its splendor and beauty, and you have to be 19 to go into the store, which is a stipulation, but that is part of the experience, is being able to look at the product. When somebody hands you a book, that's just not the experience most people are looking for. I mean, I'm sure they did still have some quite knowledgeable staff members on board there, but when someone hucks a book at you and says, "Here, take a look," it's just not quite the same panache to it, does it?
No, absolutely. And you know what? You did say it correctly. It is an experience in terms of buying a cigar and smoking a cigar. It is an experience that, people who enjoy smoking look after that experience, and they want to achieve that experience time and time again.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. So I'm just curious. So you went from one side of the counter to the other. So now you're in the opposite end of the spectrum, whereas you're selling the cigars to the tobacconists. Totally different dynamic there. How did you sort of work your head around that?
Well, you know what? I'm loving it. To this day, I thank Loblaws. What happened was they actually gave me a termination without prejudice. So they kind of kicked me out the door. And basically I had in my ability to say, look, I need to find something within the cigar business. So I approached a lot of the wholesalers looking for a job, and with 9.5 years experience retail, selling cigars, The opportunity came with GVA, and shortly after, about a year after, there was a posting for a position in House of Horvath, which was closer to home. And I said, you know what, this is a great company. And actually, that company's close to my heart because the first cigar I ever smoked was a Leon Jimenez No. 2.
Okay, there you go.
Which is sold by House of Horvath.
Yep, yep.
So you sorry to interrupt.
Go ahead.
I got a question. So when you open those Holy Smoke stores at 96, 97, I mean, that's the height of the boom.
Absolutely.
You watch business absolutely tank by 2002 and all this, and then you're considering the career. Did at any time did you maybe think to yourself, maybe it was time to switch out of the cigars, or did you know that, this market's going to continue and going to come back?
No, I knew the market was going to stay. It's not gonna change. The only thing that changed is where the cigars are being sold. And we know clearly today, to this day, that tobacconist is where they're sold. And it's also because of the hard work, just like you guys running your business, that you establish a rapport, a relationship with your customers, and that relationship just grows with your customers, and they want to keep coming back. I established what I could at Loblaws, which was very minimal because we didn't really have the flexibility that tobacconists have. We didn't have
corporate, right?
Yeah. We didn't have an espresso machine. We didn't have events. We did have events, but very few events, and they were kind of like probably 2 or 3 a year, and that's hard to establish with customers. If you can do an event once a month,
they want stuff to do. They want to be involved. Absolutely. Did you mark down espresso machine? On the,
yeah,
on the thing, okay?
I noticed that.
Okay, one thing we're missing. You must have seen quite a few changes over the years in the business itself. Being on the sales side of it with House of Horvath. I mean, maybe you can elaborate on that a little bit.
Yeah, it's interesting because you always have new products coming out. And some products do really well, and some products don't. They really tank. The big thing that really makes the customer come back and buy the same product is it's very basic. It's the flavor, construction, and also the pricing. Those are 3 factors in selling any cigar out there, and it's getting harder, especially in our Canadian economy with the taxing system. It's hard. It's not easy to purchase cigars because taxes keep going up, and the the cost of and everything. Just the economy's not doing that great compared to look at the whole world. But and let's not get into that whole discussion about the world and in the sense of what's happening with all the different economies out there, but it's getting hard.
Cigars make us forget about that when we sit back and relax with a scotch and a cigar, don't they?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you can just wash that all away for an hour and a half. Absolutely. It's a funny thing. You look at how the business is sort of always changing, and you mentioned price. Price is such a price is a key, isn't it? Really, you have to be. There's certain structures, certain areas that there's the comfort zone for the consumer. There's at the end of the day, I've always said this. Julian said the same thing. It doesn't matter if you're smoking a $2 cigar or a $20 cigar or a $100 cigar. I mean, you take that band off and you sit in a lounge somewhere, or you sit in somebody's backyard, and it doesn't matter who you are. You're just a cigar smoker like everybody else. If you're whether you're a student or whether you're a corporate executive or whatever it is, it makes everybody becomes equal. But there is comfort zones for everybody, and that it's a difficult thing to I look at how House of Horvath introduced the Drew Estate line. And I look at, costing prices, and everybody fights back and forth, and people say there's no goddamn way I'm going to be able to sell a feral flying pig for $50. And you know what? It has its time and its place. It's not for everybody, but it's a fantastic cigar at a certain price. Is it a little overpriced? Absolutely. But you know what? You find a niche for that, and you find a customer for that. It's just like an Undercrown or Leon Jimenez Maduro Robusto at $10, which is a phenomenal smoke.
Yeah, you know what? It's not easy. You when you're talking to customers in the retail stores, like from my perspective over my years, you kind of are always reading the customer by body language, what he says, movements. You'll know if that customer's interested in that particular cigar you're talking about. And the other thing is trust. You know, they're coming back to your store, and if they keep coming back, it's because they trust your judgment, what you're suggesting, and they trust the quality and the business that you're running.
Yeah, I think it's the same with the sales rep too. You know, when you walk into our store, I always remember. You know, I mean, you have to have a layer of trust there, and you know, you got to believe in your product, and you got to make us believe in the product as well. Which is sometimes a difficult sell, isn't it? It
is, and you know what? In it's not something that they teach you in sales school, but what happens is you build a rapport with your customers, and you know that at a certain point when that customer's comfortable with you saying, "Hey, look, Kevin, Julian goes, we got this promo. You know what? I'm going to put you down for one," and there's no objection to it. So, you know what, Paolo, go ahead, put that on. I trust your judgment. I trust what your company's selling. It is good quality tobacco, and he goes, we'll support you. And the other thing is, you know, knowing that a company like House of Horvath or other distributors have guaranteed on that product. So if there's any issue, then we can deal with return.
Yeah. You know what? We'll go through the portfolio that you guys carry when we get back after our station break. I mean, it is a fantastic portfolio. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. Right, Ju? What do you think?
I think that sounds great.
All right, just to let everybody know, you're listening to the Canadian Cigar Scene on Reality Radio 101.
If your spirit is running, why don't
The Red Snapper Cafe in Ajax is your Caribbean family restaurant, specializing in great breakfast and lunch specials and favorite delicious Caribbean dinners. Eat in or take out and be amazed of the authentic Caribbean fare that we have to offer just for you. We also cater for your very special events. From private parties, weddings, anniversaries, and corporate events, the Red Snapper Cafe does it all at very reasonable prices. We are conveniently located at 71 Station Street in Ajax, Ontario. Please call us and ask us about our daily specials at 905-686-8661. That's 905-686-8661. The Red Snapper Cafe and Family Restaurant, where all of our cherished customers are always asking, "Hey Mama, what's cooking?" Looking for a great place to go for excellent coffee and delicious treats? Come visit us at 3 Steps Up Coffee House in Whitby. Our coffee is made with freshly ground free trade coffee beans that are brewed at just the right temperature for the ultimate coffee drinking experience. Try one of our mouth-watering handmade treats that allow you to enjoy a little slice of heaven. We offer hearty organic soups such as butternut squash with toasted almonds and sweet potato, carrot, and ginger. There is something for everyone, from healthy salads to gourmet sandwiches and delectable chocolate treats. Contact us to find out more about our amazing catering services. Find us at 605 Brock Street North in Whitby, Ontario. Licensed under the Liquor Control Board of Ontario. Open Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Seating for private functions and events available. Contact us by phone at 905-430-7817 or check out our website at www.3stepsup.weebly.com. 3 Steps Up Coffee House. 3 steps up to a perfect cup. The following program may contain adult language and mature subject matter and does not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of Reality Radio 101, its advertisers and sponsors, or its listening audience. Listener discretion is strongly advised. Welcome back to Canadian Cigar Scene with your hosts, Kevin Newell and Julian Luke, right here on Reality Radio 101. To contact us live right now, dial 905-725-1907. toll free 1-866-905-7325. Send us an email, realityradio101@yahoo.com. And now back to your hosts of Canadian Cigar Scene, Julian Luke and Kevin Newell.
Hello again, everybody. Welcome back. And here we go. Yeah, I know. Top billing again, Jew. That blows, I know. Anyways, we'll get over that someday.
Get over it.
Someday. I guess it's time to go over our cigar events. What do you think?
Let them rip.
All right. Get your pencils out, people, and jot these down. Craft Beer Saturday continues at Victory Cigars this Saturday with Bo's All Natural. All Natural. I think it's kind of a lagerish sort of summery beer. Beautiful stuff. I know the Lug and Tread is a fantastic blend of theirs. I may have dusted a couple of those this summer. They're from Van Cleek Hill in Ottawa area. They're going to be at the shop 12 till 4 this Saturday, August 8th. Also, this Saturday, the same Saturday, we have the president of Hoya Cigars, Juan Martinez, in the shop from 12 till 5. Juan's a fantastic gentleman that we met down in Nicaragua at Cigar Safari with Drew Estates, and got a fantastic tour of their factory. And I tell you, the guy is just a beauty, just a gem. So drop in. We're going to have some great promotional things going on with Hoya de Nicaragua, and you'll be able to pick Juan's brain about his company's plight throughout the years. Sunday and Monday, we have the Nicaraguan roller demonstrating her craft. It's a beautiful woman by the name of Juanita. She'll be
Juanita. That's fun to say.
It's like what's his
Will Ferrell.
Yeah, no,
Francisco.
That's right. She's going to be in on Sunday and Monday. Sunday 12 till 5, Monday 11 till 6, doing a rolling demonstration of Nicaraguan blended tobacco. And don't forget our second annual Oktoberfest Cigar Fest will be, that didn't come out right either, will be Saturday, September 19th. Everything cigars, German beer, Lederhosen, and fantastic
Steins.
I won't say it. Yeah, fantastic German food as well. It's going to be off the charts as well. We're relaunching. Get this, relaunching the Durham Festival of Spirits.
Not those kind of spirits.
Okay, spirits like, hey, you looking at me?
That's the kind of spirits.
There we go. We'll be relaunching that. It's going to be the second annual. It's going to be at Shrimp Cocktail Cafe in Whitby, Oshawa border, Saturday, September 26th.
Wanda's taking over the parking lot.
Yes, details to follow. If you like, cocktails and beers and wine and great food and cigars and just chilling out with about 200 other people. Absolutely, sounds fantastic. Over to you, Jew.
Cigar Scene happenings. Last call for the Lost Silverado Smoke on the Water boat cruise aboard the Jubilee Queen. This is going to be leaving from 539 Queens Quay West in Toronto. This is a fundraiser for the Yonge Street Mission Scholarship Fund. Tickets are $140 per person. If you're interested, I'm not even sure they got any spots left, but if you call Steve at area code 647-504-4254, you might be able to wang yourself an invite to get on board that cruise. And with the weather we've been having lately, it's been phenomenally warm, great summer, so might be worth seeing the Toronto skyline from the harbor. And we want to do a shout out to the folks in Halifax at Smoke on the Water. Halifax's premier cigar shop. Now, they're at 1475 Lower Water Street, and if you've been to Halifax, there's a cruise ship terminal. They're right around the corner from it. The owner is Paul Stulak. Paul's doing some amazing things in the Canadian cigar industry. If you want to find out more about Paul's cigars or his shop, you can go to smokeonthewatercigars.com. And lastly, you probably hear us talk from time to time about opportunities to go on cigar ventures. One that's been announced that is not something Victory Cigars is running, and in fact is being run by the government of the Dominican Republic, is the Pro Cigar Festival. The Pro Cigar Festival for 2016 starts on Sunday, February 21st, and ends on Friday, February 26th. Now, I don't have any pricing details, but you can go to www.procigar.org. This is your chance to go to everywhere. La Aurora, General, Davidoff. You can take merengue workshops. You can go to Casada Cigars.
You're on to that one, I'm sure.
I'm on to that one. La Flor Dominicana. You can check out all of the top cigar manufacturers in the Dominican and have an amazing time doing it. So once again, procigar.org.
It's going to be off the charts.
Going to be off the charts. And back over to you, Kev.
All right, welcome back, Paolo. How you doing, my friend?
I'm still here.
Good. Before we get into the serious nature of the next question, I know you have a stellar and fantastic humidor at home. You got any prized possessions in that thing?
I knew this question was coming up because what the people don't know is when I come to the golf tournaments that Kevin and Julian run every twice a year, I always bring them a little treat from my private stash, and they know that they've been getting a lot of Cuban limited editions from that, and actually that's really my heart's there, and over the last 5-6 years, I've found that there are quite a few excellent non-Cuban brands out there that I've started to purchase and collect as well. But actually, I didn't tell the boys this, but after the today's broadcast, I have something that's gonna knock their socks off.
Oh, get the paddles out.
That's my heart right there. Oh, buddy. Can't wait. Looking forward to it. Show's over. Got to go. So, as far as the cigar industry itself, I mean, when we talk about changes, there's some serious shit going on here with small format and flavor ban. Maybe you can elaborate on how it's affecting your company.
Well, we sell products across Canada, and some of the provinces like Alberta have already made changes, and we've had to make changes to the products we sell in Alberta as well. Ontario is going through that right now. They've passed the law, but it hasn't been defined on what products are actually going to be illegal in terms of the flavor ban. They're in the process of actually calculating what's going to be determining what's illegal and what's not. And in that process, we do have some mass market products that we sell, products like Swisher that have flavoring in it. And once they're identified, we will have to take them off the market by, I believe it's going to be January 1st. It's not 100% in terms of the dates, but that is going to be probably one of the target dates they're looking at. And those products won't be sold anymore in Canada. So it's not just our company, it's all the different distributors. And every distributor out there has some of this product that's going to be illegal. So it's going to be hard to determine, and there's going to be a lot of speculation in terms of what every company's doing to sell off what they have, and also make the proper adjustments to their portfolio.
Yeah, another hurdle that we have to go through because of Big Brother, pressing their thumb down on our business, isn't it?
It is, and the market's going to have to adjust. Unfortunately, there are people out there that smoke certain brands, like very popular flavored products, are like Backwoods, Phillies, Swisher Sweet Grapes. Like product like that is stuff that's potentially going to be all taken off the market.
Yeah.
It's very frustrating to hear this too, because this is all working off of a premise that these are things kids are smoking. I've never seen a kid walk down the street smoking a grape-flavored cigar.
No.
I've seen plenty of kids smoking menthol cigarettes that they hooked out of their mother's purse, and I think that's what this legislation is really intended to catch. But because they, in Ottawa and in Queen's Park, they consider tobacco is tobacco, there's no distinction, flavor is flavor, they're unwilling to look at the real, science or lack thereof behind this and actually identify and drill down the actual products that are problematic.
Yeah, it's missed the mark. Absolutely.
It is, and it's unfortunate because the Cuban, or not Cuban, sorry, the cigar smokers are going to be affected from this. From this, and I'm not sure if some of the pipe tobacco might be affected.
Yeah, we're not quite sure on this one yet, but just quickly, I know we're quickly running out of time here, Paolo. Maybe we can go over a couple of the sort of the fan favorites from your repertoire from House of Horvath. I mean, what sort of products are you guys carrying?
Well, our one of our best sellers is Flor de las Antillas by my father. It's selling like a hotcake. Actually, we sell so much of that product compared to other brands. It's hard to keep on the shelf. and it does really well for us.
Number one cigar, 2012, Cigar Aficionado. I would
Yes,
think
the
so,
Toro,
yeah.
absolutely.
And at a fantastic price,
It's,
too.
and that's what it is. It's the pricing. We had that cigar in the sweet spot of if you're looking at a baseball batter, it's right in the sweet spot of the swing, and
Absolutely.
it's a home run every time. So it's
absolutely,
doing really well. We brought in the Drew Estates. It's a really nice cigar. It is expensive. There are some lines within the Drew Estates that have really picked up. And actually, Kevin, we talked about the Tobacco Special in your store. It's doing really well.
That coffee infused cigar is just, you know what? I'm not you say, oh my God, flavored cigar. I'm not touching it, but man, I tell you, it's infused with coffee, and this cigar just blows you away. All I have to do is open one up and let a customer smell it, and it's like sold. They try it. I can't believe how well that cigar sells.
Yeah, and you know what? We have staples that do really well. Our when you look at our other lines, Casa Magna, we've done really well with that brand, and it has been featured in Cigar Aficionado. And if you look at back in the last, I think 6 or 7 years, it's been in the top 25. I think 5 times.
Yeah, I mean, number one cigar in 2008. Boy, have
Exactly.
you guys caught lightning in a jar, eh? Oh my God, getting 2 number one cigars?
It's
Holy
unheard
jumping.
of.
That's right. You know what? I'm looking at the clock here, Jew, and I'm getting a tap on the shoulder from Gary here saying it's time to rock and roll, boys. Paolo, I can't say enough of thank yous for you driving all the way, fighting that Toronto traffic to get out here and grace us with your presence. It's been a pleasure to have you here. Thank you very much, and I wish you all the best in the coming years.
Well, thank you very much, and I appreciate you guys having me here tonight. It's an honor to come out and be with you guys and enjoy this telecast broadcast, and as well as we're going to enjoy a cigar after this event.
Attaboy.
Oh, buddy.
You hit me right where I live.
That's right.
Kev, before we sign off, I forgot to mention, too, you told me to tell everybody about Victory Cigars 9 and Dine on August 20th. Folks, call the shop or go to www.victorycigars.ca for some more information. Who we got next week?
We have the manager of Cretech Canada, Nicholas Brum, is going to be with us, and he's bringing special guest Tom Lazuka. He's the master blender for CLE and Asylum Cigars. It's going to be a fantastic show.
That's going to be great.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Again, everybody, thank you very much for listening to Canadian Cigar Scene, our educational offer for the weekly cigar smoker. You can contact us at email at radio at victorycigars.ca. Follow us on Twitter at Victory Cigars. You can always see, just check out Horatio. He's the guiding light there. We also have Facebook at Victory Cigars. Check out our Instagram page as well at instagram.com/Victory Cigars. And you can also check out our past shows and see who our upcoming guests are at www.cigarscene.ca. Again, everybody, thank you very much for listening, and it is now time to have a cigar.
You've been listening to Canadian Cigar Scene with your hosts Kevin Newell and Jillian Luke right here on Reality Radio 101.